أعزائي المشاهدين، مساء الخير، أهلا بحضراتكم ولقاء أسبوعي يتجدد وجناب السفير. النهارده بنلتقي مع سفير دولة الهند بجمهورية مصر العربية، سعادة السفير راهول كولو شيريشت، وبنتكلم في هذه الحلقة إن شاء الله عن شبه القارة الهندية وعن الهند والثقافة الهندية بشكل عام. زي ما حضراتكم عارفين إن احنا التقينا قبل كده بالسفير السابق واتكلمنا عن الهند، لكن كل يوم في جديد. دايما الهند وكلامنا عن الهند ما بينتهيش. طبعا هي تعتبر شبه قارة، والعلاقات بين مصر والهند بتتطور يوم عن يوم. لازم نعرف كل ما هو جديد. النهاردة هنناقش كل الموضوعات دي من خلال جناب السفير، ونرحب بضيفنا النهاردة.
Thank you for having me on your show, and I'm delighted to be here. Let me also convey my greetings and good wishes to all your viewers.
I think this is the first time in Egyptian television, yeah?
Yes, this is my first time on Egyptian television.
Welcome in our program and in our channel. I told my audience in my introduction, we met before the previous ambassador of India in Cairo here. And you have been here, I think, since 8 months?
Well, I've been here since July, so it's about 8 months now.
8 months. First of all, I want to talk to you about your impression about Egyptians and Egypt, and about the previous twice visit to Egypt before you coming here as ambassador in July 2018.
Well, the first time I came to Egypt was in December 2001. When I came here as a tourist, I was then posted in Moscow, stationed in Moscow, and along with my wife and my daughter, we came here. We spent 1 week here. We were very happy with our visit. At that time, we did not know that I'll be coming back.
When?
When I came here for my first visit as a tourist, I did not know that I will come back to Egypt.
At year 2001 or 2006?
Then I came back in 2006.
Yeah. The first time was in 2001?
December 2001.
Yeah.
As a tourist.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, then I came back and was posted to our embassy as the deputy chief of mission. I was here from 2006 to 2009. And last year in July, I came here as ambassador. My impressions from my first visit as a tourist have very much remained with me, and that has not changed. And that is basically that the Egyptian people...
You have a memories?
Yes, the Egyptian people are very much like the Indian people. They are very friendly, very hospitable, very open. And I think not just me, but almost all Indians who come here say that they feel very much at home in Egypt, even if they don't know the language.
What are the similarities between Egyptians and Indians?
I think one of the biggest similarity, or one thing which I really find very striking, is that like Indian people, Egyptian people are also very hospitable. And they very willingly and readily engage in a conversation. And they are very...
they are very helpful.
And they are very helpful.
Yeah.
And that I find is a very striking similarity between both our peoples. In cultural terms, I think I would say that like in India, family ties in Egypt are also very, very strong. And that is another thing which is common to all throughout cultures.
الحقيقه سعاده السفير، انا لما سالته عن يعني وجوده في مصر من حوالي 8 شهور، وانه كان قال لي انه ليه زيارتين قبل كده كانوا لمصر في 2001 كسائح، وفي 2006 كان بيعمل ايضا في السفاره، وقال ان انطباعه عن مصر ما اتغيرش يعني في ال3 زيارات، ان الشعب محب جدا ومتعاون وكريم. ولما سالته عن التشابه بين الشعب الهندي والشعب المصري، فقال ان هو الشعبين بيشتركوا في ان هم بيهتموا وبيحترموا جدا الروابط العائليه، وكمان عندهم كرم وحسن ضيافه. So we will talk about Indian culture and Indian people. I want to give my audience a brief about Indian people and Indian culture.
Well, Indian culture has been shaped by a history that is thousands.
It's a mixture of many cultures and many civilizations.
You're absolutely right. It has been called as an amalgamation of several cultures, several subcultures. In fact, one point of view is that Indian culture is like a salad bowl. Another is that it is a melting pot. Whatever that view, I think the fact is that our culture basically is best summed up in the words that it represents unity in diversity. Each region of India boasts of its own proud cultural tradition, and I'm talking about cultural tradition and using the word cultural tradition in terms of language, literature, dress, cuisine, art, architecture, so in a very wide sense. And yet there is something which is very common and which is Indianness. And this theme, unity in diversity, is central to Indian culture as it is to the Indian way of life. Your viewers would probably be surprised if I say that India has more than 1,600 languages and dialects alone. And this is just
1,600?
1,600. Our constitution recognizes 22 languages. And every religion in the world is found in India. So this is the kind of diversity that is there in India.
There is a peace between people in India, although there are many origins and religions, as you said. What are the role of the government in this or behind this?
Our population is now about 1.3 billion. And as I mentioned, that every religion in the world is found in India. I think what has come down to us as a legacy is a sense of tolerance. And that has permeated Indian history through thousands of years. And it continues to be the governing principle in India, that is a sense of tolerance, a sense of openness. The founding fathers of our constitution recognized this, and they enshrined secularism as a principle in Indian constitution. Further, the Indian constitution guarantees several freedoms as fundamental rights, and this includes the freedom of religion, the freedom to pursue your own religious beliefs. Every government in India is duty bound to act within the framework of the constitution, and when you have constitutional guarantees, that itself provides for the rights of the minorities in terms of what they can worship. They are free to profess their own religions, and it is the government's duty to uphold these rights. So in a sense, what the government does is that it ensures that the constitution is respected, but I mean, the government's role naturally is important, but I would say that more than that, it is just the sense of tolerance, the sense of openness to external influences.
So the most important thing is tolerance.
It's really tolerance.
It's the key behind this. We can consider it.
Yes, you're right. That is the key behind it. And I think in a sense what has also happened in modern times is that democracy has given an avenue for participation in public life to all citizens, regardless of their religion, race, caste, or creed.
So we will complete our interview. We will talk about your previous stations or diplomatic stations before you're coming to Egypt. Tell us about them.
Well, I joined the diplomatic service in 1985. I have served twice in Moscow, the first time when Moscow was the capital of the Soviet Union, and the second time after the Soviet Union had disintegrated and Russia was formed. I've served in New York, in Thimphu, which is the capital of Bhutan, Yangon, which is the capital of Myanmar, in Islamabad. And immediately before coming to Egypt, I was posted as ambassador of India in Ankara, in Turkey.
Turkey. What's your impression about these countries, such as United States of America, Russia, Turkey, Islamabad?
Well, I enjoyed traveling, and I think I've been very fortunate to have joined the diplomatic service. Each country teaches you something or the other.
Of course.
Every country has its positives, and it is always better to look at the positives, to appreciate the culture of any other country, and to do so with a penetrating mind.
You have already get used of this mixture with other people with different style of living. You are an Indian, so it's very simple for you.
And what I consider myself to be particularly fortunate is because the diplomatic service has also been an extremely good cross-cultural experience for me in terms of getting to know people of other countries, of other cultures, having engaging conversations with them on several subjects, getting exposed to cultures in other countries. And that
you studied international relations.
Yes, I did my master's in international relations from Jawaharlal Nehru University in New Delhi.
So your career is in the same way for your study as international relations.
Yes, it
in the same way.
It is in the same way.
How to treat people to.
In a sense, it was like an extension of my academic work.
Yeah, of course. سعادة السفير طبعا بيتكلم عن الأماكن اللي كان بيعمل فيها قبل مصر، وقال لي إنه عمل في روسيا وعمل في الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية وعمل في تركيا. فسألته يعني إيه النتيجة أو الانطباع عن هذه السفريات، فقال أنا كده كده بحب السفر وبحب إن أنا أشوف شخصيات مختلفة وشعوب مختلفة، وده بيديني خبرة أكتر وبيعرفني على كل الميزات والعيوب في كل شعب. فقلت له طبعا أنت كهندي متعود على ده، لأنه عندكم زي ما قلنا التعامل مع الاختلاف بالنسبة لهم شيء عادي. So we will go back again to India and talk about Indian cinema, Indian dance, Bollywood dance, and Indian culture in everywhere in India, and how government encourage people to be cultured.
Indian culture, as we were discussing this subject earlier, Indian culture is again very, very diverse.
But Indian cinema is a special branch which is very famous nowadays, and Indian dance, Bollywood dance.
Well, Bollywood has become extremely popular all over the world, and I would say particularly over the last 2-3 decades.
You have special channels for this cinema, many audience all over the world.
Yes, you're absolutely right. All over the world there is now an appeal of Bollywood, and particularly so in Egypt. I think you just have to go to Khane Khalili.
Khane al-Khalili.
And the market, and people will tell you the names of all Indian film stars.
They know every actor and actress in Indian cinema.
Yes,
Shahrukh Khan.
You're absolutely right. And even the older generation of the older generation of Egyptians also tell me about some older Bollywood films that they have seen, and they still remember it. I think along with Bollywood films, Bollywood music has also gained popularity. And so have the dances and and even to some extent even the costumes, because people are really influenced by it.
And also Indian yoga. Yoga is very
yoga, I think over the years has gained popularity, and I think a lot of it has
because in modern life we need to meditate, to be relaxed, so yoga gives us this feeling.
Yes, I think that quality of yoga has now been recognized worldwide, that in our modern day life with all the stresses that we have, yoga provides not just physical exercise, but it also helps to keep the mind free, stress free, that is. And you know, 21st of June every year is now celebrated as the International Day of Yoga.
21 of June?
21st of June. 21st of June every year.
Thank you, Mr. Rackle. We will complete our speech in the second episode, and thank you for your coming here in our program. I really enjoyed. Thank you. في نهاية حلقتنا النهارده، وبعد ما اتكلمنا عن الهند والثقافة الهندية وروح التسامح والتآخي اللي موجودة بين الشعب الهندي بعضه وبعض رغم اختلاف الأعراف والثقافات والديانات، وانه دايما الهند الام اللي بتضم كل هذه الطبقات والطوائف اللي موجوده في الهند. بنشكر سعاده سفير الهند بجمهوريه مصر العربيه، سعاده السفير راهول كولي شيريشت، واستنونا في الحلقه اللي جايه ان شاء الله وكلامنا عن الهند.
رياضة المرأة العربية، التحديات والفرص.